Good morning, friends. Today I am again back with Biodiversity and Conservation, Part 2 of 12th Standard. In this session, we are going to discuss about loss of biodiversity, result of loss of biodiversity, causes for loss of biodiversity, reasons for conserving biodiversity, and conservation of biodiversity. So let us start the session. First, we are going to discuss about loss of biodiversity. Our planet is regarded as biological wealth, but this wealth of our planet has been declining rapidly, and the main thing responsible for this is human activities. Humans are very greedy. For their own benefits, they are destroying the biodiversity. The colonization of tropical Pacific islands of human beings by human beings, it is the reason for extinction of more than 2000 species of native birds. According to International Union for Conservation of Nature Red List 2004, in the last 500 years, there is extinction of 784 species. And among these 784 species, 338 were vertebrate species, 359 were invertebrate species, and 87 were plant species. Among the extinct species, some example of recent extinctions are Steller sea cow from Russia, dodo from Mauritius, thylacine from Australia, quagga from Africa, and three subspecies Bali, Javan, and Caspian of tiger. These species are already extinct recently. In the last 20 years, there is extinction of 27 species. Amphibians are more vulnerable to extinctions. All over the world, 15,500 species are on the verge of extinctions. Presently, 12% of all bird species, 23% of all mammal species, 32% of all amphibian species, and 31% of all gymnosperm species across the world is facing threat of extinction now. The rate of extinction is 100 to 1000 times more than in pre-human times. Nowadays, it is sixth extinction, which is ongoing. And this sixth extinction is only due to the human activities, human actions. Now let us see what are the result of loss of biodiversity. First, there will be decline in the production of plants. There is lowered resistance to environmental perturbations such as drought. There is increased variability in certain ecosystem processes such as plant productivity, water use, and pest and disease cycles. All these are affected. Now we will discuss about causes for loss of biodiversity. There are four major causes. They are habitat loss and fragmentation, overexploitation, alien species invasion, and co-extinctions. One by one we are going to discuss. First, it is about habitat loss and fragmentation. It is the most important cause of biodiversity loss. The most common example of habitat loss is tropical rainforest. Once the tropical rainforest was covered with more than 14% of the earth's land surface, but now it is only 6%. And this process of destruction is very fast. Amazon rainforest, which is considered as lung of the planet, is cut and cleared. Why it is cut and cleared? For cultivating soybeans or for conversion of that forest into the grassland for raising beef cattle. The degradation of many habitats are due to pollution also, and pollution is the activities of human. It is also one of the cause of habitat loss and fragmentation. Human is also responsible for breaking large habitats into small fragments. As a result, mammals and birds requiring large territories and certain animals with migratory habits are badly affected by this activity of human. Now another cause of biodiversity loss is overexploitation. We know that human beings are depending on nature for food and shelter. But when our need becomes greed, then it is overexploited. It is overexploitation. Due to this activity of human being, many species extinct in last 500 years. Third cause of biodiversity loss is alien species invasion. Alien species invasion means whenever there is introduction of alien species in nature, then there is also decline or extinction of our indigenous species. For example, introduction of Nile perch into Lake Victoria of East Africa caused the extinction of endemic, ecologically unique species of chichiled fish. Now it is not. So that extinction is due to the invasion of alien species. Nile perch, Parthenium congress grass, Lantana and Eichhornia, all these are the exotic species and they have invaded India and causes lot of environmental damage. They pose threat to the survival of our native species. Introduction of African cat, that is Claris gariepinus, for aquaculture is facing threat to our indigenous catfish, that is Claris bactericus. The last cause of biodiversity loss is coextinctions. Coextinctions means when two species are associated, and among the two species, when one becomes extinct, then other is an obligatory extinct. For example, if host fish species become extinct, then its parasites also extinct because that parasite is living with the fish. So when fish will die or extinct, then that parasite will also extinct. Another example is the case of co-evolved plant pollinator mutualism. Here also extinction of one species leads to the extinction of other species. So this is the co-extinctions. Now let us see what are the reasons for conserving biodiversity. There are three reasons. First is narrowly utilitarian, second one is broadly utilitarian, and third one is ethically so. So we will discuss one by one. First is narrowly utilitarian. It is essential. Human derives countless direct economic benefits from nature food like cereals, pulses, fruits, firewood, fiber, construction material, industrial products like tannins, lubricants, dyes, resin, perfumes, and products of medicinal importance. So, human get these products from the biodiversity, so we have to conserve it. Second one is broadly utilitarian. Biodiversity plays an important role in providing ecological services, and these ecological services cannot be given a price tag. That is, they are giving oxygen, production of oxygen. When large biodiversity will be, then there will be photosynthesis, and in turn the plant will give us oxygen. Second is pollination of flowers. It is only done when there is biodiversity. Aesthetic pleasure also, like bird watching, watching spring flowers, walking through the thick forest, waking up to the bulbul song. So these are the broadly utilitarian. Third one is ethical reason. Spiritually and philosophically, we need to realize that every species has an intrinsic value on earth. Even if It may not be current or any economic value to us, but we have a moral duty to care for their well-being. Now let us see conservation of biodiversity. How the biodiversity can be conserved. There are two ways. First is in situ conservation, that is on site, and ex situ conservation, that is off site. So let us see what is the differences between in situ conservation and ex situ conservation. In situ conservation, there is protection of endangered species of plants and animals in their natural habitat. We have to know interference with their natural habitat. Either we will protect or cleaning of natural habitat itself, or by defending the species from any predator. So we have to protect them in their natural conditions, natural habitat. Whereas in situ, ex situ conservation, there is protection of endangered species of plants and species by removing them. And why? Because that place is unsafe or threatened habitat. So we have to pick them and we have to place them under the care of human. So this is called as off-site. In situ conservation, it helps in recovering population in the surrounding where they have developed their distinctive features, means their natural home. But in case of ex situ conservation, it helps in recovering population or preventing their extinction under simulated conditions that closely resemble their natural habitat. It is not a natural habitat, but it closely. We are framing such a situation that natural habitat appears. Example of in situ conservation is national park, biosphere reserves, wildlife sanctuaries, sacred forests, sacred groves. So these are the some common example of in situ conservation. Whereas in ex situ conservation, it is botanical gardens, zoos, arboreta, seed pollen bank, gene bank. So these are the differences between in situ and ex situ conservation. In a nutshell, in situ conservation means protection in their natural habitat, and ex situ means we have to create that artificially natural habitat. So this is all about today's session. Thank you. For any kind of doubts, please write your question in comment section.